Alright ladies, so today I'm going to teach you how to attract a man and get him attached to you. I'll be specifically focusing on one concept that has to do with male psychology when it comes to relationships, dating, and love. There are basically certain instincts that we have ingrained in our DNA, and as a woman, you should be aware of this if you want to be able to attract someone and keep him committed to you. My name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker. And ladies, if you're multitasking right now, just stop whatever you're doing, give me your full attention, because what I'm about to teach you will transform your love life completely. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the concept I want to talk about today is this. Men want to compete for a woman they feel is out of their reach. Say that with me again. Men want to compete for a woman they feel is out of their reach. I don't care where he's from. I don't care what he does on the weekends. I don't care what the relationship with his father is. Every single man out there, including myself, wants to compete for a woman. Call it childish if you want, immature, but you see, we men compete in all areas of our lives. It's a bit different than a woman's experience. This took me over 30 years to understand, until I started expanding my business, my relationships, and I realized that everything I want, okay, the woman I want, the wealth I'm creating for my family, the clients I wish to help, all of it, there's another man out there willing to take it away from me. I mean, ladies, I can tell you so many stories of like lawsuits I've been involved in the past from other businesses, and a lot of men trying to steal the girl that I was dating at the moment. So why am I telling you all this? Because you see, most people don't like things that are easy to get, especially mature men. Think about this, okay? What if you walk into a movie theater and on the right side, you notice 500 people waiting in line to watch a movie. And then on the left side, you notice 10 people in line waiting to watch another movie. I bet you will be instantly more curious about the one with the 500 people waiting, because you want to know what's going on. Why are so many people interested in this movie? So as a woman, I suggest to make yourself worth competing for. I know this sounds quite bizarre as I say it, okay? But again, don't get upset at biology. Start, arguing with me in the comments. I'm telling you how this works, so it's up to you to implement it or not. And a lot of men try to hide this innate instinct from women to maintain their leverage. That way, you ladies keep chasing them, but the more you keep chasing a man, okay, the more he ends up not caring, ignoring you, and focusing his attention on the one woman he feels that he cannot get. You don't need to text him. You don't need to call him. You don't need to spend your time thinking, what can I say so this man can love me back? If the man you love ignores you, it's not about what you're giving him, it's about what you're taking away from yourself. Because if you go and you focus on your self-development, your passion, your mind, body, and spirit, and this man still ignores you, what you discover is that you were only chasing the feeling of being loved. But now, you don't need it from anybody because you know how to grow it from within. Okay, so here's how a man thinks when it comes to attraction, alright? If she's pursuing me, okay, if she's chasing me, it must be because she's not someone that has a lot to offer. Let that sink in, okay? If you're pursuing him, he automatically thinks that you don't have a lot of other options, or maybe there's something that you're lacking. Now, ladies, don't confuse this with, showing interest. This doesn't mean that you should never initiate contact, you should never flirt with him or give him a compliment. And if you're curious how to approach this, okay, you can watch my other video here on the channel, How to Flirt with a Man. All those things that are mentioned are completely okay as long as you let him pursue you afterwards. It's like you open the door, but then you need to let him walk in. Not you opening the door and waving your hands at him like, hey, come here, let me show you what I have. Also, another crucial point to consider is if you meet a guy who's already fixated on a woman that he cannot get, maybe it's a coworker, a crush, an ex, you should avoid this guy right away until his fixation dissipates. Trying to get him to forget that person will be a huge waste of time, because that one woman, since she's not giving him, any attention or validation, his energy and mind will be fixated on winning her over. The number one mistake that many women make in relationships is expecting a man to love you unconditionally. The thought that a man should love you no matter what. And at the same time, you will never love a man unconditionally, right? Because a romantic relationship between a man and a woman will only last when there's a constant exchange of value and a shared vision. If you look at your children, that's unconditional love because in a way they're a part of you. But with a partner, you have to choose each other every day to make it work. So what are the next steps to take, okay? How do you implement all this knowledge that I have mentioned? Well, let me read you something from a renowned psychological study on relationships. Like, here's a key sentence that I saved for you ladies. Research shows that the more power someone has in a relationship, the less committed he is to it. Meaning, if he feels that he has power over you, okay, like he doesn't have to put any effort, he believes that he's smarter and doesn't trust your opinion, he will not commit fully in the relationship. And as I say this, you might think that it sounds like a narcissistic man that I'm describing, but I'm referring to male psychology when it comes to attraction and long-term commitment. Like, this applies to all types of men. He needs to feel that he has won the lottery with having you by his side, that he's the luckiest man there is because you picked him. Because again, you ladies are the final selectors. And going back to the point about power that I mentioned, one of the things that a recent study also shows is that the one who is in power in a relationship also has higher quality alternatives in life. And alternatives means all the things that fulfill this person outside of the relationship. This was one of the biggest lessons that I learned 5 years ago when I was going through the most difficult breakup that I've ever experienced. When the relationship ended, I turned around and I realized that I had made my ex the center of my world. I was completely isolated from my friends, my family. I had lost my spark when it came to purpose and meaning, so I had to slowly reconnect with all of that. You become a lot more attractive to a man when he sees that you have a lot going on for yourself. And if he were to walk away, you would just go back to your amazing life that you built before you met him. Okay, beautiful, so let's do a quick review of what you learned today. Again, when you're trying to attract a man, he needs to feel that he has to compete for your attention, that you're somehow out of his reach and that he has to prove you his worth. And even when you get into a relationship, this dynamic never changes. As long as you always keep expanding, working on your confidence, your self-esteem, take care of your body, mind, and spirit, he will feel that he needs to constantly improve himself to stay worthy of you. Because the number one thing that makes most men lose interest in a woman, do you know what that is? Is when he takes you for granted. And I know that you heard me say it before here on the channel, but what does that mean, okay? What does it mean when a man takes you for granted? Well, it simply means that your value is fixed and predictable, meaning you're not growing outside of the relationship. There's no mystery left. There's no sense of wonder or curiosity about the person that you're becoming. This lack of growth and excitement can make him less invested and less appreciative, ultimately undermining the connection that you both share. Alright ladies, so that's all I wanted to discuss today. If you're unclear about something that I spoke about, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you've chosen me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationships because, like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change. Have a beautiful day.